Hey everyone, it is Andrea with Great Expectations Realty, and today we are talking about a group of people who never planned to be in the rental business at all, but somehow ended up there anyway. I'm talking about accidental landlords. Maybe they got married and moved into their spouse's home. Maybe they got a job out of state and couldn't sell. Maybe they're in the military and they got relocated. Maybe the market shifted and they decided to rent until the prices went back up. That's definitely something we've seen lately. Whatever the reason, these people didn't choose property management, okay? It kind of chose them. And here's where we come in. So our job is to help them turn what feels like a burden and a huge weight on their back into a blessing. How do we do that? Well, who they are and what they feel is super important. Let's go ahead and take a minute to get inside their mindset. Most accidental landlords are not actual investors, okay? They're not. Totally different mindset, completely. These are people who are homeowners who got thrown into being landlords by circumstance. Life came at them. Now they have an extra house. Okay, that's kind of a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. They feel overwhelmed. They feel unsure where to even start. Definitely nervous about strangers living in their home and messing it all up. They're definitely scared of damage, missed rent, legal issues. How on earth do you do an eviction if you've never done one before? Or they're just flat out tired of dealing with it all. Getting a phone call at, 2 o'clock in the morning saying that the air conditioner is not functioning. Okay. They don't need a sales pitch. They need help. They need reassurance. They need a solution. So when you talk to them, don't start with, hey, I can manage your property. Start with, I know this wasn't your original plan, but I can help you make it easier. Big difference in how you approach them, okay? It's not all facts and figures. It's some reassurance that you can actually help them out with their situation. So here's the top challenges accidental landlords face so you can know how to talk to them appropriately, all right? First off, tenant headaches. Oh my goodness. Finding the right tenant, worrying about rent payments, and late night maintenance calls. And who do you even call if you have a maintenance issue? Then they have the legal risks. Most don't realize that there are over 80 Florida statutes governing tenant landlord related law. One mistake can cost them big time. All right. Then there's the emotional attachment. It's not just a house, it's their home. They remember painting the nursery or hosting family dinners there. They may even have little measurements on the wall from when their kids were measuring how tall they are. Then there's the financial confusion. Okay, you gotta admit, there's a lot of legal and tax issues and money coming in and going out and all of that, and it has to be documented down to the penny. They're not sure how to price it. They're not sure what the deductible or how to handle taxes, all of that stuff. Don't even get into 1099s. When you can speak to them directly to those pain points and show how you've handled them before, they can just take a sigh of relief. They can relax. You've got this. You've done this before. Probably dozens, if not hundreds of times, or in my case, thousands of times. When you meet or talk with an accidental landlord, keep your tone kind, patient, but with confidence and being knowledgeable, okay? So here's how that conversation might sound. I totally understand that renting out a home you love can be tough. Most of our clients feel the exact same way before they started with us. And what they found is that once we took over, they could actually breathe again. We handle everything, the marketing, the tenant screening, and we are very strict with our tenant screening. All the late night calls, and above all that, you stay in control. Notice the tone. It's calm, it's confident, but it's caring, okay? Avoid any kind of industry jargon or investor talk because they don't understand, like most of the time, they don't understand ROI, assets, just let them know that you're there to help protect their home and their peace of mind, okay? They're not going to get into all of the other stuff. Just because you know the language doesn't mean you have to spout it off to them and prove it, okay? Just don't try and make yourself sound smarter because it's going to make them feel more uncomfortable. It's going to have the opposite effect. Okay, try more for empathy-driven phrasing, like, you're not alone. We help a lot of homeowners in your exact same situation. Let's find a situation and a solution that makes sense for you. This does not have to be stressful. That's how you actually connect with them. Okay, so it's very different. If you tried talking like that to an investor, they're going to look at you kind of a little weird, like you got like, two heads or something. It's just a very, very different type of landlord that you're working for. So the approach has to be different too. Okay. Once you build that trust up, then you can show them the value of professional management. Okay. So once you do, you're going to talk to them about tenant screening, that you handle all the background checks, the credit, the income, the rental history checks. So, just everything that you do to make sure that they don't end up with the wrong tenant. A lot of times, people with not so great backgrounds, with, several evictions or something like that, will go out of their way to find homeowners that are renting out themselves. They don't want to deal with a property management company because they know we're either going to charge them an exorbitant amount of security deposit because they're extremely high risk, or we're going to deny them, which is much more likely with multiple evictions. So they don't even want to go through us. They're looking to take advantage of those accidental landlords. So what we do is just being there and showing that we're professionals already puts a layer of protection over top of them. Those prospective tenants are not looking for us. They're looking for the accidental landlords. So just keep that in mind and maybe share that information. Another thing that you can help with is maintenance and repairs. Okay, letting them know that they're not going to get 10 p.m. Plumbing calls and that we take care of it with licensed and insured vendors is huge. Also, rent collection and accounting. We collect the rent, we handle the late fees, we provide monthly and yearly reports for your taxes, and you have access to it 24/7 online. There's so much more to it than that, but that should help immensely. Just the paperwork alone. Also, the legal stuff. We keep you compliant with Florida's tenant landlord related laws, fair housing regulations, and of course, the lease requirements. So you can give them peace of mind. You can focus on your life while your property earns for you. So you're not just offering management to accidental landlords, you're offering freedom and room to breathe. So it's just a little bit of a mindset shift. Okay, so here's the biggest thing. Accidental landlords don't see themselves as investors yet. Okay, they are, and they may love it, and they may move on to invest in multiple properties. You never know. Your goal is to help them reframe that from the start, though. They own real estate that's an asset, so they're earning income from an investment. So maybe say something like, you might not have planned this, but you're in a great position. You're building equity every single month while someone else pays the mortgage. That's how investors start. You've already started down a path that many investors dream of. Once they see that, they move on from, oh no, I have a rental, to, hey, this could be a smart move for my future. That's when that relationship really starts to stick, and you can actually walk them through how to really get the most from their asset and really understand what their asset is going to do for them in the long term. So here's your takeaway. Converting accidental landlords isn't about closing a deal. It's about building trust, offering solutions, and helping them see the upside of something that felt like a burden. So if you can do that, they're not only going to sign with you, they're going to thank you. And that's really awesome. Next time when they buy another home, guess who they're going to call to manage the first one? Right from the start, they're going to call it. You guessed it. They're going to call you. If you'd like some emails and some call scripts, I would be happy to share some with you. Go ahead and send me an email at ger.expectmore@gmail.com, and I will get those scripts right over to you. All right, you have a great one, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.